Strider VM open double angle bracket snake old man vid in close double angle bracket joined the stream.
Is things working? Probably it is working. It is working. It's just I need to fix stuff. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just doing stuff. So anyway, hello there everybody. Whoops, wrong number. As you can see, that is the PS3. I have been able to make it download the games, although it doesn't have a Wi-Fi so it doesn't really. But at least I'm happy. It's basically usable. That's the good thing. It's now usable as a gaming system, although the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is broken, so it couldn't even update. I'm not even sure what I did, but I tried running HEN on the correct firmware version and it worked. And that shouldn't work, but somehow it worked. So I'm trying to figure out what happened. But hopefully, eventually I'll figure it out. So anyway, since it's downloading, installing really, really slowly. Yeah, I'm just going to be watching YouTube videos before that finishes, okay?
Boxing from Agatech. Yeah, it's just called boxing. It uses anime-style characters, though, and moves as fast as the PlayStation can do it. It also runs in high resolution.
Might as well show it a little here.
It's decently fun, which kind of surprised me.
So if it actually finishes, we could still see it.
Here's Contra, Legacy of War from Konami.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Because they just couldn't be bothered. The only thing this game really has going for it is the crisp frame rate. It's buttery smooth. Sadly, it doesn't do much to make the game very enjoyable. Crime Killer from Interplay.
They could just fix it a little bit and it would be really, really good.
In this 3D driving game, you need to make your way around the map and kill crime. Because killing isn't a crime.
Oh, what was the name of the game? Yeah, I remember this. Crime Killer.
Right on the case that it's 60 frames per
okay,
second.
Welcome to the live stream. Hello, how are you?
Map and kill crime. Because killing isn't a crime.
Okay, maybe we should make it a little bit more transparent.
It's tough to catch up to the crime on your map that needs killing. It looks great though.
Yeah, something like that. And then opacity is 50%.
Critical
something
Blow
like
from
that.
Ragtime
There.
and Band Presto. Critical Blow. This is an okay polygonal fighting game that was only released in Japan. It looks good and it sounds good, but I just didn't find it very exciting.
Wait, why
but
did
the
go
frame
idle?
rate is great.
There. It's now just installing stuff.
Live
So
player.
anyway, live
Both
player
joined the stream.
K.
First timer.
Musta na kayo? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Load lang ako ng
Dance
YouTube.
Revolution 5th mix
Yeah,
from
fifth
Konami.
mix, not bad.
This was only
Yeah,
released in
running on
Japan.
60 FPS.
This
As well.
isn't
Hello
really
there,
my
live
type of
player.
game,
Welcome
but
to the
it's an
live
upgrade
stream.
over the 4th mix because your dancer and all the effects move at a higher frame rate now. This can be a bit tough with the regular controller. You really want the power pad or whatever it is to use your feet.
Yeah, I'm just fixing a PS3 that I bought for $30. Siyempre, to clarify, Filipino ako, naghahanap, ang half habit ko ay maghanap-hanap ng mga murang ganyan na abandonado na. Now, hopefully working. So ngayon, nakuha ko siya ng 1.5. Yes, medyo, opinion ko, it's just a bizarre thing na katuwaan lang. Napakarand ako, slightly lugi pa rin ako eh. Walang controller, maraming damage, super slim, pero at least gumagana yung games.
Ribbon L Upsilon sent an EE joined the stream.
So yung nakikita nyo sa taas,
Hi darling.
okay, hello there, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so anyway, what happened there is, nabili ko siya is about 3 days ago, and then what I did today is, for some reason, nachambahan ko siya, na-install lang ko siya ng HEN, that means, pwede na siya mag-load ng game. So ngayon, ang talagang limitations nitong PS3 Slim na to, Super Slim, is yung controllers, hindi na siya, it cannot be run wireless. You need a USB. So it's wired because the Bluetooth Wi-Fi is broken. So technically it can connect to the internet, but if you have a LAN cable, pwede pa rin. And yun yung ginawa ko. You can see that there it's installing Tekken Tag Tournament 2 very slowly. But I was able to install it in the first place because I was using a LAN cable to access the internet. Basically, I'm using PKGI to download and install games on that PS3 Slim now. So that was always the plan. So swerte siya, gumana siya. So ngayon, well, to be honest, nanood na lang ako ng YouTube and waiting for that install thing to finish. Probably matagal pa yan.
3D fighting game that's actually pretty fun. The ability to play as Cloud from Final Fantasy VII was a big thing back when this one came out. It also runs in high resolution. Since this is from Dream Factory, there's also a quest mode just like their other games, Tobal 1 and 2, which you'll see later. Even this mode runs at 60 frames per second. Einhander from Square. This is a pretty cool early shooter that seems to take place mostly in the dark of night. You can grab weapons from defeated enemies, which is good because you don't have unlimited ammo here. At the time, I thought this one was weird because of the strange angles that the gameplay sometimes shifts to, but overall, this is a solid game with some occasionally great music. Here's Elemental Gearbolt from Sony and Working Designs. There's some minor screen flashing during this game, so viewer beware. This is a light gun game, though you certainly don't need to use a light gun. It can also be pretty tough, but you can increase your powers a bit between levels. Naturally, the game is on rails, but the sweeping movement to and fro is all super smooth thanks to the uncommonly high frame rate. This one also has a great soundtrack. Make no mistake though, it's gonna kick your ass. Fatal Fury,
Wild Ambition. Nah. It's not that interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, it's not that good of a fighting game. It's okay, but I consider the Hyper Neo Geo 64 games to be not so good.
And it is. You have 3D characters and a floor, but everything else is 2D. The game feels a bit laggy to control, but that's definitely not due to the crisp frame rate. It can't match other 3D fighters and definitely not the 2D Fatal Fury games, but it's worth trying if you're a fan.
It's like it feels clunkier than any other SNK fighters, especially the 2D ones. And then if you compare it to other 3D fighters, it's still very slow, very unresponsive.
This generically named 3D fighting game plays just as plainly as its name. I kind of like how it looks, and it sure moves smoothly, but the gameplay itself is really nothing special at all. I can see why nobody bothered to release it elsewhere. Here's Fighting Illusion K1 Grand Prix 98, 99, 2000, and 2001 from Xing. These four are all based on the K1 martial art, which looks a lot like kickboxing to me. You play as real kickboxer K1 martial artists. 98 was released in North America and Europe without the Fighting Illusion title in front and also omits the year. 99, 2000, and 2001 look better and even run in high resolution mode. You might like them if you enjoy high frame rate technical boxing games.
Pamamanhid at tusok-tusok? Take doctor-prescribed Neurobion. It's 4 times B12
now we
versus
get
a
ads,
generic
man.
B-vitamins brand.
Okay, the PS3 is still on
Helps relieve the symptoms
62%.
of nerve damage.
Gantay lang tayo.
Ask your pharmacist for Neurobion.
Old Spice keeps your bits fresh all day.
The scent will never, never, never die.
Next up is Final Fantasy Tactics from Square. This is an excellent strategy RPG with lots to offer. The stages are built with polygons, and since it's in this episode, they all move at not 58, not 59, but 60 frames per second. Well, 59.94 frames per second in NTSC, but hey, that's not the game's fault or the PlayStation's. What's interesting to me is that a game like this doesn't require a high frame rate at all, but they did it anyway. It adds that extra gloss that really makes it feel professional and high quality. If you like good games, which most people do, maybe give this one a try. This one's called Floating Runner, and it's from Xing. You have complete freedom of movement in this 3D platformer. The game takes a bit of getting used to as your weapon fires in
Yeah, this is an
which
early
kind of
platformer.
weird. Also, it can be tough to time your jumps. But through all of it, the game runs at a locked 60 frames per second, or at least I never noticed it dipping. Sometimes the environments have blocky textures, and sometimes they have that flat shaded look. This is an early game on the console, so go in knowing that. Forsaken from Acclaim and
Yeah.
Probe. This is a weird
Descent.
flying first-person shooter.
I haven't
that
played
is
this game,
extremely
and I'm kind of
difficult to
interested to
control.
try it out.
Every button is needed simply to move around. You can use a DualShock, but honestly, I found it even tougher to control that way. But man, it sure is smooth, isn't it? Funky Boxers from Victor. This Japan-only 2002 release came very late in the console's life. It's a boxing game where the boxers are, get this, funky. It looks pretty good for the system.
Go for his head! Forget the ribs!
Here's G Darius or G Darius from Taito. I wanted to mention this shooter really quick, but I'm not sure that it truly counts. Yes, parts of the image are updated every 60th of a second, but in the form of screen tearing or lack of VSync. So the whole picture doesn't always update all at once. Sometimes it does, but to me, when a game does this, it doesn't count as a true 60 frames per second game. Anyway, just wanted to mention that.
Okay, now that's a debate. If it has a lot of slowdowns, you could say partial. Because at least it can run when it's relaxed. But of course, being a shooter, it's always gonna be hectic. And if it's
Gauntlet
on
Legends from
hectic
Midway
and it
falls
can't
into the
keep on
same
60,
category.
yeah,
Like
that's gonna be a
Darius
problem.
Darius, this one has a lot of screen tearing, so it's hard to count this one. However, at least part of the screen changes every 1/60th of a second. This is Gene Togi Shadow Struggle from Band Presto and Rackdime. This 3D fighting game is the predecessor to Critical Blow and was also only released in Japan. The same things can basically be said about this one. It's not very exciting, but the frame rate is nice. The game is also quite fast. Here's Geom Cube from Technos. This is a 3D puzzle game like
Valkyrie
Blockout.
joined the
It's
stream.
very simple visually, but hey, everything here, including the introductions, are at 60 frames per second.
No, the TTS wasn't disabled. My bad. But at least the only two guys on the
This is
Extreme was
Goiken
actually
Zero
bots.
from
So,
KSS. This Japan-only 3D fighting game is the follow-up to Anarchy in the Nipple on the Saturn. This one is less silly though. Some stages have ring outs, but not all of them. Also, sometimes, but not every time, I can continue to damage an opponent and they won't die, despite having no life left in their life bar. That's weird. This one is a bit above average overall. It also runs in high resolution mode. Gran Turismo from Polyphony Digital.
Well, I guess he's counting hi-fi mode.
Frames per second with some screen tearing. However, if you beat all arcade races on difficult, you unlock the high-res GT. Here, you race 3 similar-looking tracks at night by yourself at 60 frames per second, with some screen tearing. The resolution certainly didn't increase, so maybe Polyphony Digital doesn't know what the word means?
You've
Or
reached
maybe
15
they meant
minutes
that
stream.
the temporal resolution has increased, which it absolutely has at a higher frame rate. Anyway, here you go. Gran Turismo at
No,
60
high-res GT
frames
was the
per
US
second.
name. The Japanese was more hi-fi, which is, again, not so, but it kind of makes more sense to me.
Here's the Brand Stream Saga. Wait, no. The Grand Stream Saga from Sony and THQ. Nice font. This is an okayish RPG that lets you control the character directly in battle as opposed to menus. This is another game where they really didn't need to make it run at such a high frame rate, but they did anyway. Unfortunately, this results in the loss of a lot of detail. For example, the characters don't have faces at all. You can rotate the camera with the L1 and R1 buttons, and this seems to be the only time where it consistently drops frames. Check it out if it looks interesting to you.
Oh, sige, sasarap ko na.
Use code PANDA100 and get 100 pesos off. Taste good deals from Greenwich, Goldilocks, Bonchon, Angel's Pizza, Popeyes, Cocoa Fresh Tea and Juice. Order now with 100 pesos off.
Busy day ahead? With Nivea Men Cool Kick, enjoy up to 72-hour protection. Nivea Men is for skin.
Yeah, that's also the catch.
You remember that boxing game for the Mega Drive in Japan that was called
So,
Final
well,
Blow?
ganyan
It got its
palpak.
name
Dapat
changed when it
talaga,
came out over
sabihin,
here.
no chance
I wonder if
talaga
this
na
next game would have gotten its name
makakapag-livestream
changed
ako ng
in
maayos.
Because
Kapag
it's called
nandiyan na si
Hard
Commander.
Blow.
So I guess my only real
This boxing
opportunity
game from
is
Electronic Arts was only released in Japan, and it looks like this. I find it interesting that there are no life or stamina meters on the screen at all. I won my first match, but I couldn't figure out how to proceed to the next one. I think I'm okay with that. Hyper Final Match Tennis from Human. This tennis game is a follow-up to the PC Engine game with a similar name. I can't time the controls on this one to save my life. The graphics are minimal. Next!
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
This is IQ Intelligent Cube from Sony. Gotta be smart to play this one. It's a puzzle game where you need to press a button in order to change the color of the floor tile. Then, when a cube rolls on it, press the button again to capture the cube. You need to capture all the cubes without being pushed off the edge. Honestly, it's a bit boring, especially with the first several levels, but I've always loved the symphonic music used in this one. There's not a whole lot happening on screen, so it's no surprise that it can move at a great frame rate. Invasion from Beyond by King of the Jungle. I have no idea how to play this free-roaming 3D game, and it's not clear what it wants me to do. I get that you need to suck up the Earthlings, I guess, but pretty much anything else I do results in this guy being ashamed and nodding his head. The gameplay doesn't matter for this episode, though. The game is super smooth, even though the draw distance is less than optimal. Quit nodding your head at me, you guy! And here's IS Internal Section from Square. This game, which was only ever released in Japan, makes me think of what Tempest might be like if it had a constantly moving adventure mode, with a little bit of res tossed in for
Mirai
good
joined the
measure.
stream.
It's a fairly simple game to play. You have 4 phases to play through, and then you have a boss fight. During these, you can move in and out as well as around. It's one hit and you're dead.
Yeah, all
Just go
flat
back to
shaded
the beginning
polygons.
of the phase.
It looks
You also
decent
have a
though,
stock of
especially in
bombs
high
that can
res.
destroy or damage everything in the tunnel. This one's really smooth and really fun. I think this game would greatly benefit from an HD or 4K remaster, making those lines and shapes a lot cleaner. Well, maybe give it 120 frames per second, because why not? I think it would be popular. Kamen Rider from Bandai. There are 5 of these games on the platform, and they're 3D fighting games that run at 60 frames per second. I'm not going to show all of them individually, but they're each similar enough to this first one here. I chose to play as this bug guy. It's a bit generic looking, but the gameplay isn't bad. This hand makes me think of what Tempest
Internal section. Internal section. I want to double check though. Internal section. 4K. PS1 4K. No. It's all low res though. Not even running on 60 though. Oh no.
Jinx Official 069 says, "Hello bitch, how are you doing today?"
Yeah, I'm about to end the live stream. I'm just fixing some stuff and my commander doesn't want me to live stream for a lot more. But I'm still okay though. Ikaw ba? How are you? King Jinx! King Jinx! Okay, fine. But I'm fine actually. I'm okay. I'm not really expecting to play games right now though. My back hurts. I'm getting really old. All I'm doing is kind of pseudo fixing this PS3 Slim. And now I'm trying to install games on it. So, kung may tanong ka, tanungin mo na. Okay, magtututbrush lang at magre-ready. Then mamaya, stop na ako ng live stream. Okay? Wait lang. Yeah, mamaya na lang. Stop natin. And then...
King Jinx Official 069 says, M.
Anong M? Kung may tanong ka lang, sabihin mo na.
This game, yeah, lines and shapes a lot cleaner. Well, maybe give it 120 frames per second, because why not? I think it would be popular. Kamen Rider from Bandai. There are 5 of these games on the platform, and they're 3D fighting games that run at 60 frames per second. I'm not going to show all of them individually, but they're each similar enough to this first one here. I chose to play as this bug guy. It's a bit generic looking, but the gameplay isn't bad.
KingJinx069 says,
Okay.
hello.
Ba't nagpalit ka ng ano? Why did you change your name?
This is
Why?
Kensei Sacred Fist from Konami. That's right, your fist is sacred in this 3D fighting game. It runs in interlaced mode and even has some 3D elements to the background. There are a lot of characters to unlock, so be sure to play the game to the end with each. I enjoy this one.
KingJinx069 says, hello bitch, how are you doing today?
Really okay, really okay.
Kickboxing from Agatech. Yeah, just kickboxing. This is the follow-up to the game that was just called Boxing, only I found this one less enjoyable. It does have more modes to play through though.
KingJinx069 says, hee, I'm using my dad's phone.
Ah, okay lang yun. Yun, 97%.
Here we have Klonoa from Namco. This is an excellent 2.5D platformer and honestly one of the best such games ever made. Namco didn't take any shortcuts with this one either. They made sure it's always super smooth and responsive. As a player, I definitely appreciate that as I'm grabbing onto things, pushing my way into new areas. Or maybe I'm using the things that I grab to defeat enemies. It doesn't matter because it's loads of fun and the game is as smooth as glass no matter what I'm doing.
LANCELYDE joined the stream. First timer.
Okay, right? Okay. It says install completed. Let's finish everything else. Oh, they're deleting it. Okay. So to download the DLX thing. Okay, we're about to finish this live
Here's
stream
Cooler
because it's
Quest,
gonna be the
also
final testing, and then we're gonna be gone. No chroma key. Then we maxed it out here. There it is. So, final test before and everything here. Gawin natin, I'll use my PS2 arcade stick, and I think it should work with no issue. That's what I remember. Anyway, here we go. Oh, come on! God damn it! So it wasn't activated? No. Well, I thought that wasn't the plan. So, I guess I'll be playing another game. Well, fuck me. Mukhang hahanapin ko pa yung license key so it would work. So I guess that's the rub. That's the unfortunate rub. Controller gonna be working. Gonna happen. GGPO. When this thing goes on the screen.
Select hero. Strider Beauty. Captain Command. Style.
New free 30-minute stream.
It is working?
Ready.
Yeah, that should be
Fight!
working. Is it running on 60?
Good.
It is running on 60.
Great.
King Jinx 069 says. I'm back, what did I miss?
Ready. Fight. Level
Oh, what a weird setup. If I want to move, I need to press the left.
Fight!
Then if I press the right, with other timing, it can change. It would be the last configuration. Just put everything to left.
Marvelous!
Come on. Come on. What the fuck?
Combo finish! KO! Hiryu, win.
Nothing. I'm not playing the live stream. Team J. I'm just testing.
Ready. Fight!
We're never gonna get this.
Ready.
Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up.
Fight! Ready. Fight! Strider Hiryu, win. Ready. Fight! Air combo! Strider, heal you. Win. Ready. Fight. Good.
No one is safe. I retest it. Behold my mighty hand. I'm around. I retest it. I retest it. Behold my mighty
Yeah, I think the game is working. I just need a download to enable second tag to work. I think yes, I just need a patch. It's probably something. But anyway, it's still working. I think this way we have the controller that I can remember. Anyway, that's all for now. My name is RVM. Yeah, that's me. That's the PS3 working. Nice, nice. So I have no problems with it. Everything is working. So anyway, gotta end the live stream. I'm not sure if I'll be able to live stream tomorrow. Hopefully I could. Oh yeah, I want to see the bug. Probably the bug isn't there. The one with the Iceman and Juggernaut. Let's see. It's fixed. For some reason, the sprite of that is super complete. On most emulation, yeah, the one on the big thing on the scorpion thing. What they call that? Devilot. It's rendering incorrectly on most emulation. But anyway, yeah, that's something redundant. Anyway, my name is VM. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, that's me just effing around with a PS3 Super Slim that I got a few days ago. And at least I wasn't a total waste. It's working. And now I am able to play games on it, and I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, I generally play retro games, but if you want me to play other games, you're always welcome to suggest anything to me. So anyway, that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I will still see you guys in another video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.